Now, this episode begins with Shinju actually giving food to a guy named Auntie, who actually told him to do his best because she actually thinking that she could defeat Gridman, in which he actually say that he'll crush him no matter what. And we are actually to see what he can actually do. Meanwhile, Hibiki actually still have no memory returning, but it has been a week since his last battle with a kaiju, in which he now fighting with Caliber, in which we actually see him and Usumi seeing Caliber being escorted out of the school property, which he actually been seeing suspicious ever since episode 1. That we actually see Rika walking to school, which while actually walking because she's going to skip school today when she actually saw Auntie eating the food that Shinju actually gave him, in which we actually seen him mean Rika, and then we actually seen her phone being actually ringing because Hibiki is actually calling her. But then Jinsu actually used her phone to text Auntie which is a signal to attack. In which Auntie was revealed to be a kaiju because he's actually transformed into one. In which the primal acceptor actually alerted Hibiki, which caused Caliber to grab him and Yusumi to the junk shop, which he also carries Rika as well, in which they're actually headed back into the junk shop where Gridman actually told him that Kaiju actually appeared, which is actually Auntie, which we actually see Hibiki transform into Gridman to fight Auntie. However, Auntie was actually proven to be more intelligent than Gridman than any other kaiju out there. So he actually got a few hits to Gridman, and even though Caliber transformed into Gridman Caliber, there is nothing they can actually do. But Auntie actually defeated Gridman and Caliber together, in which the computer was off, which Rika and Yusumi was actually speechless. But then Shinju actually treated Auntie to a meal, in which he actually asked her, is she a kaiju? Which he actually is, in which the kaiju that she created and had Alexis to bring it back to life was actually very intelligent. But then they actually realized they actually created a monster that can defeat Gridman. But then Rika and Yusumi were actually discussing about the Gridman Alliance. However, they actually first went to Hibiki's apartment, but then back at the junk shop, they actually talking about Gridman being disbanded. Disbanded. But just then, 3 people, Bro, Max, and Vint, actually came into the cafe, which they are actually students from the Neon Genesis Junior High School, which they actually saying that Caliber is here, but which Burr actually say that Caliber is still alive, and so is Gridman, in which they actually need to find a way to contact Hibiki, in which Rika still has his number, in which she tries to dial him, in which he picks up the phone, in which Caliber told Blur that Gridman restores and on standby, in which Caliber came out of the computer, in which Gridman and Hibiki transform once again, which anti-transform again, but this time he's actually fast, which caused Max to transform into Battle Traceto Max, a giant tank, and he actually fires Anti with tanker cannons. And then he actually combines with Gridman into Max Gridman with his two giant armors, which has big fists, and he uses to battle Anti, in which they have decided to use his final attack, Max Grid Beam, which is the same move that Anti used, in which they both have actually came to a draw, which Andy is powered down because he's ran out of time, in which Hibiki came out of the computer with Max, and they actually is relief. But then Rika went to the Krilts and actually was speechless. But then they actually say that the junior high students will also be their allies, which means they're going to fight together. And the end of the episode, we actually see Shinju throwing a plate of food at Anti, which in the form of disgust, which we're going to see how he's going to retaliate. Okay, now we actually have a new appearance of Burr, Max, and Vint, and also Anti. And we also get the debut of Max Gridman, which I actually say that is badass. Between Gridman appearance and Gridman caliber and Max Gridman, I actually am speechless to see Gridman anime being awesome. And I can't wait to see more of it next week. Anyway, so like this video, subscribe for more, and comment on what you think about the episode. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and like my Facebook page. Until then, this is Anime Guy doing here saying sign out. Laters!